I came to dig.
Hey guys, it's Ben TNT Freak here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that.
Oh man, sorry, I closed the door by accident. I don't think I was supposed to do that. So if you didn't see the start, make sure you check out the first episode. This time I'm going to defy everything he
All
says.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe. Simply Mr. Memo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So we're going to defy what he says and go on the right hand door.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yep.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep. Let's admire the employee lounge.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the
Give me
detour
a
after
soda.
all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
I can't jump.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drink. So I can't jump. I guess I tried to. Why the heck?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
It is.
A room so utterly captivating
Anyway.
that even but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. See you later.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Pretty incredible. Warning, do not jump off the lift when the cargo is in motion, it will cause death. Wow, so 5,000 feet on death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing
whether
your
to go on
trust in
this
someone else can
or
be difficult,
this.
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing
I'm gonna go
but
this
you
way.
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Myself.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do.
Okay, I did it. And we have a white screen. Oh. Oh, well.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yeah.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Okay.
All right.
1 second. I apologize.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, hello.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
I do.
Who'd want to commit their life to you?
I do.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's
Of course
really
I have a
going
loving
on
wife who
here.
cares about me. Of course I do. See, she's
This
right here
is a
now.
very sad
Hello?
story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Press 4 on the keyboard.
Stanley is quite
Okay.
a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of
through.
his existence.
TV. Press V.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's
Yeah.
told to do.
I do it a lot.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press 7. Does that say 7? Yeah.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
Sure I can.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press 9 to watch TV. Let's watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Yep.
The thought excited him terribly.
Press 5 to spend some time with the boys. Oh.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
There's 6 prepared dinner. Let's go prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one
Stuck in
path
the
lay an
box.
enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
The game of a baby. What? Press H to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might
will
always
never
feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press B to tell your wife. Well, I left.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
Yep.
Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I want to read that. I'm going to read that. Why to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this,
Good night.
that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
By doing this.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? What? What the hell? What? Is that it? Oh my gosh, I think that was it. Well, thanks for watching. I think, we'll just see if it's the end. I don't know. I don't trust this. Come on. I don't trust this. Wait. I don't trust this at all.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.